The Sacred Star program centers around embodiment and embodiment coaching. This means that we focus on accessing the body's innate intelligence to unlock the blocks or the challenges that an individual might be facing, and helping them through certain blossoming tools or embodiment techniques to unravel and unlock that block from them. Now, this is really beautiful because once we start to release someone's blocks from themselves, and these blocks could be many different things, they could be emotional blocks, anxiety blocks, heartbreak blocks, it could be childhood trauma blocks, it could be just the sense of failure or unworthiness that is blocking them from moving forward. Once we learn to locate it in the body and then unravel it and free it, release it, then we're able to contact the deepest soul force of the person and start to allow that part of them to take position back in their body and therefore back in their lives. And this is what makes Sacred Star embodiment coaching really unique, is because we go through and we learn a very extraordinary technique to unlock the blocks. We create embodiment, so that's allowing the body, mind, heart, and soul to become super present in the physical now, in this physical body, in the physical vehicle. And then through that, liberating the soul force so that the individual can start to feel their soul energy, their authentic self, their unique sense of sovereignty more and more and more. And what that allows the person to do is speak more freely, think for themselves, have soul inspiring thoughts, be guided to their soul purpose much more easily and effortlessly through this process. So the first thing you need to understand about embodiment and recognize is that the body is hugely intelligent. We operate in a system with the Sacred Star coaching process where we honor the client's body's intelligence. As the coach, we don't know what's going on inside of them, but we've mastered the ability to ask questions, and we've created a very deep healing resonance with our clients so they can shift, change, and transform. But our key focus is to really honor the client and the client's body's intelligence to create the shift and the transformation. Number two, we go through a questioning process to help the person locate their block inside their body. And it could be questions like, so where's the block inside your body? What does it feel like? Does it feel heavy? Does it feel light? How long has this been with you? How is this block or this energy pattern affecting other parts of your area? And so through a questioning process, using very specific questions, we're able to help the client bring to the surface the block or the challenge which is stopping them. Number three, we then go and help our client through different blossoming and movement techniques, embodiment techniques, should we say, to help them free the block from their body. Because once you bring consciousness to the block, it's ready to shift. Once you understand why it's been in their life, how it's been affecting them, it's ready to shift. And so what we do is through embodiment techniques or blossoming techniques like breathing, sounding, making movement, smiling, shining, moving around, we're able to free the block from the body. Now, remember, a block is a congestion or a collection of memories, of emotions, of experiences, of trauma, of misinformation, of continual negative feelings. And sometimes these blocks inside the person, or body blocks, can be layered over time. So, you might get someone who has had been teased at school, and then they feel rejected, and then they go to the next experience where they get rejected by their partner. And so a block can be a wonderful snowball of memories and information and collections and traumas and hurts and emotions all in that block. And the thing is, and which is why I love embodiment, is that all we need to do is start to untangle that block, untangle and release those memories from the cells, help shift out that anger that the person might be caged in. And it's very powerful because it means that when we use embodiment tools, blossoming tools, we are immediately freeing the person from their past. No longer are we having to go back into their past to fix them, or heal them, or try and change the past to change the future. No, immediately, as soon as you identify the block and the pattern and how it affects the body, and you use the blossoming techniques, you can immediately start to shift it out. So if, for example, I had a very big heartache block, like, yeah, we get heartbreak all the time, and some of us live with heartbreak our entire lives. So if, for example, I had a heartbreak block, and I tuned into the block, and I was like, oh my God, it feels so painful. I literally feel I'm cracked down the middle. I feel like I've got a really big burden or a big weight of shame at the back of my neck. I feel like my solar plexus or my stomach is pulled inwards in a very crying kind of painful energy. And I feel myself swirling in anxiety in this pattern, right? And this is a heartbreak, right, that I experienced 15 years ago when my husband at the time actually broke up with me, and I'm still holding the pattern of it. Okay. So then I would understand how this block is affecting me still, and I could have a look down my life and be like, okay, this heartbreak block, when I look at my relationship, it's actually making me not trust my husband because he's broken up with me before. And even though I know he's dedicated to me now, the trauma of that experience is still with me. And so I'm pulling away. I'm not able to receive his love. And I actually feel like I got a lot of boundaries up to it. This is what this block is creating in the relationship. If I go in and have a look at how this block is affecting my business and my work, I immediately recognize, and I see this pattern a lot inside of me. There's this sense of like, oh, I can do it. And then I crumble into unworthiness and rejection, like this feeling of like, no one's going to turn up, no one's going to enjoy the program, no one's going to be there for me. I might as well just stick to myself than put myself out there. So it's really holding me back on that level. If I look at how this block is affecting, for example, my health or my eating or anything like that, I can go in and immediately see what this is doing is it's making me actually choose food in erratic ways, like have a little snack here and a little snack there and keep going. So I'm not actually deeply nourishing myself. So I can actually see that. And also, when I feel myself in the mirror, I'm not loving myself enough. That criticism, that rejection is there as well, and that deep sense of unworthiness. So this pattern from the heartbreak, which I'm still actually carrying, is actually affecting me in many different areas of my lives. And like I said before, once you provide consciousness to that block, you understand what it is, where it's come from, how old it is, right? How it's affecting the different areas of your life. Once you get that, the block's ready to shift, right? So you must know that as a coach and as a practitioner, it's ready to shift. Once you've got all that information, it's ready to go, right? And we can get stuck in over analyzing. We can get stuck in the pain. We can just get over stuck in it. And what I want to really hone into you is that once you get all of this information, the person will be more likely 85% are ready to shift the block there and then. So then we would go into the blossoming techniques to help release it. So the blossoming techniques is just, like we said, smiling, breathing, shining, all those things. And I would go into this heartbreak block, and I would start to immediately, my body wants to start to breathe this heartbreak out. And I feel like I need to do more kind of yang breathing, breathing energy, which is, and I want to move my heart and shake it out. And actually, what I feel like is inside of me is like this big scream of pain that I've actually trapped inside of me. So much so, this big scream that I've trapped inside me that I've made silent as well. And so, even though I feel like I want to scream, I can't scream because I've been made to be silent for so long. So, I'm just going to keep breathing through and moving. And then, because I'm in touch with my body's intelligence, I'm also breathing through the shame of my neck. And it's starting to release. I'm feeling all this old pain, hurt. Now I can feel the scream that wants to come out, and it's like this. Ah, ah, ah. Oh, and then immediately, because that scream's released, I feel this the issue in my solar plexus. I want to vomit out all this like unworthiness now. Like my body, now that the scream has freed it, it's like, oh, finally I can let go of this unworthiness. So the body knows what it wants to do next. That's the key. Like if you follow what the body wants, right? Hang on, let me just throw this up first. Oh, I feel like this big bloody gunk of unworthiness releasing. The body knows, right? If you and the thing about blocks, right? And you see my body, I'm just naturally wanting to flick that unworthiness out of me, like, oof, this is no longer me. This is no longer me. Flicking it out. Oof, giving it a good shake. And I just feel like all this shame. And I almost feel like I want to pull out an old layer of skin off me of it's funny when I pull that layer of skin off me, it's like I don't need somebody else to make me feel rejected or unworthy. Like, no, I'm never going to let anyone make me feel like that again. I feel like I've been trapped in this energy of I let other people make me feel rejected and unworthy, and I'm totally ready to let that go. And I can just feel myself wanting to really shift it off me. So I'm really getting into some movements to help shift it out of my hair and flicking it off. Oh, that feels good. I know I'm here trying to explain to you, but my my body's just going into a massive block release. As you can see, it's moving, and my Kundalini energy is also starting to move up my spine. And what that's doing is it's starting to bring my soul force back out again. Okay, it's starting to bring my soul energy back out. Oh, it's quite a big block. What's interesting, like I said, blocks can be raveled upon other blocks, right? So as I've let go of this first layer of stuff, what I'm actually feeling is a deeper block inside my solar plexus to heart. And it's just from my stepmother making me feel so just basically unworthy. Like really, she used to put me down quite a lot. And I feel like all that toxic energy, which actually was the origin of my unworthiness, starting to just release out. And I just am being guided back into my stomach where this very old pattern from childhood is. And I can feel it. It just feels all kind of like dark and twisted in my solar plexus. It twists up into my mind. I'm just going to let it out now. And I feel like I need to do this. And the block's gone. And my body has just automatically stopped moving. Like it's done. It's done. The block is released. And so then the next thing we move into is letting, now that the block is freed, right? Letting the soul force shine through that area. And we all have a soul force. It's who we are. It's that essence. It's our light. It's that energy that's guided us through our life. So again, if I was the coach, I'd be saying, can you feel your own life force that can now take over where that block is? Can you let it come shine into your heart or your solar plexus or at that back part where you had that block before? And I would go in and I would feel that light wanting to come through. And it feels really bright. And again, I'm being guided to use movement to help bring that light forward. And I just feel like expanding my arms. I can really feel, oh, that light coming up to my third eye. It feels so nice. I'm just literally feeling like my light filling up the spaces where everything else was. I actually feel my light pushing through my heart and opening up my heart chakra. I feel like I need to do some of this movement. Now, the other thing about moving energy, moving your body, what you're also doing energetically is you're opening up the energy fields. Because when we've had a block, the energy field, right, gets all crumpled up in a it gets all crumpled up in a particular way, like I'm unconfident, I'm whatever, I'm heartbroken. But as we start to free the block and release all the memories and the patterns, and you create liberation, then the blossoming technique moves up to another level. So before it would have helped to release the blocks, now the blossoming tools can move to the next level to help reshape the body. So with this one, I really felt like I needed to go like this and literally almost open up my heart chakra, breathe into my heart and breathe light out of my heart into my heart chakra, and then open up literally the doors, the windows to my heart, which feels amazing. And I feel like just naturally smiling, and all the cells in my body are smiling because it's like, oh, finally we've got some more space. And I feel a lot of like wanting to go into my solar plexus now. And immediately my body's like, put your hands on your solar plexus. And that feels really good. I just wanted to feel like my light filling up my solar plexus. And my body just goes into stillness. It's like, be present. Be present with the power in your solar plexus. Be present with the power inside yourself. And that's what I'm doing, because that's what my body is telling me to be. Like I said, once we contact the body's intelligence, it knows exactly what to do. Our job is to get out of the way. Our job is to not get into our mind or overanalyze, and really let the body be free. Whew. So that's beautiful. Nice. So now I'm going to claim myself, right? So now that my soul force is out, back out to my body, I've let go of the block. I've let myself exist now beyond the block. I'm going to just claim myself. And to claim myself, I'm going to pull, I think, I'm going to bring the earth's energy up through my body. And this is a really important process because we often forget how integral we are to the earth, right? And the earth's energy supports our energy body. Likewise, the earth's energy supports our sexual energy to start moving up to become a sacred force as well. And so as we do that, when we bring the earth and our sexual energy together to become this like united force that becomes like this beautiful scaffolding up our energy fields, we immediately become stronger in our sense of self. You know, we immediately get stronger. So that's what I'm doing now. I'm just breathing the earth into my body, and I'm just welcoming it up. And I can feel my sexual energy also just naturally wanting to come up through my body. I feel it coming up, and I feel it literally coming up to my third eye and opening it up there, which is really nice. And I'm going to claim myself. And immediately I'm like, one hand on your heart, one hand on your solar plexus. And I feel like saying this mantra: I am the power in my own life. I am the power in my own life. I am the power in my own life, and I make decisions for how I feel and react. Whew, super powerful. Okay, moving on to the next stage, and we just open ourselves up to receive. Because once you've elevated yourself with that mantra, with that new claiming, you immediately put yourself into a new strata of reality, a new reality to create and exist from. So I'm just going to pull myself, allow myself to open up and receive my next level or a next wave of energy. Now, this could be anything, right? It could be a wave of love. It could be more of the soul force coming down. It could be divine energy from the universe. But the point is that once we elevate, once we claim, once we get that beautiful earth energy moving up, we can open our being up to allow more heaven energy to come down, whether it's your own unique soul force or the divine light or whatever you want to call it. And I'm just opening myself up to receive. And I literally feel a lot of light just pouring back into me to feel like I need to breathe it in. And it's just making me bigger. I think what happened was that the heartbreak and the unworthiness made me feel very small in the world. And so as I'm reclaiming myself to be in the power in my own world, and I'm getting this next beautiful transmission of energy, I just feel like I can take up more space. Like my energy field feels bigger. I feel more powerful inside. I feel like I'm ruling more of my energy, or my little kingdom of my own energy field, which feels very nice. Like I'm the queen of that. Feels very, very nice. Smiling. Like my body's just naturally wanting to smile. My heart's opening up. I literally feel really proud. Like I feel super proud, and I feel like my whole spine is shifting up, and I feel really proud to be who I am. And then I can move into the last stage, which is again just really looking at the facets of my life and making action steps forward. And if I look back at my relationship, and I'm now this proud queen who owns her own power, I actually feel like I can go out and take my husband's hand and have equality to him, and like lead him, like be the leader in the relationship, instead of, you know, how I was before, kind of a little bit guarded. It's like, no, I can lead him. I can lead him to different experiences, and not be so shy, you know. If I have a look at my work, I can just feel proud. It's like, no, everything's fine. You know, I can just relax, keep following my soul. All will be well. All will be well. I look at my health and my eating, and I just feel much more relaxed, calmer, and just enjoying more food and more nourishing food, enjoying more food, more nourishing foods, and open field exercise. So I think maybe some more nature stuff for me. And my body just wants to move in celebration. Just want to shake it out a little bit. Everything feels like it's shining. And it's always good to ground, so I can just place my hands on my heart and stomach. Feels good. And I literally feel like, yeah, good, ready to move on. And I put my hands on the ground just to anchor everything in. Good, amazing. Feeling amazing. And I just feel much more refreshed. I feel more energy flowing through my body, clearer energy moving through my mind. I feel less complicated, less tangled, and I've just automatically sorted out 3 different areas of my life. So the sacred star is a beautiful process, and you must master embodiment, okay? You must master embodiment, or you're not going to be able to do this, right? You're not going to be able to lead another person to do it. So mastering embodiment is key, 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 and it takes practice. It takes practice. So what am going to do is I invite you to watch the next video, where we go in and we master a little bit more embodiment by moving through the different emotions that we can have and how we can help shift them out.